Yeah, I learned they like girls too much. Let me just address that together. I learned they like girls too much. First of all, my G, like pastors, them are kiddies, also be human beings. I'm not saying it to defend myself, but yo, and first of all, let me put it out there. I know they like, no, I won't say I know they like girls, but I don't even know. But okay, well, yeah, let me just address this. First of all, pastors and kiddies, human beings, okay? Before they be pastors and kiddies, you can argue with yourself. Like, I don't care. But I'm telling you what I know. Okay?
Frank Kobe.
Electro made the beat.
Oh.
Let go. Hey man, it's your boy YBC back at it again with another video. And in this video, as you can tell from the title below, I'm going to be talking about the truth about being a pastor's child or a pastor's kid or a preacher's kid in Ghana. Charlie, not be easy. Oh. So a while back, I wanted to do this video for a very long time. So a while back, I posted on my IG story, and then a friend of mine also posted on her IG story. So we was asking people to ask questions about stuff they want to know about being a pastor's child and all this stuff. But today I decided I was going to do the video finally. So I don't know why I'm talking so much. Let's just get into the video, yeah? So well, anyway, before we get into the video, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and do not forget to turn post notifications on. That's like really important, yeah? So yeah, let's just get into the video. So for my list, the first question I have is, the person said, I'll put the question here. So the question is, heard most pastors' sons are wayward children. How true is that? So this thing about pastors' kids being wayward, I'm not going to say I do not agree with it. I'm not going to say I agree with it. But the truth of the matter is that in every house, we have a mensa. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean, in every house, there always is one person that isn't like the rest of the family. You feel me? So with that being said, I feel in every house there's always, not always, but I mean, one person is more different than the others. But I'm not going to say that the pastor's kids are wayward, because the reason why you would say a pastor's child is wayward is probably he's doing stuff that other people are doing and is normal for them. You get me? But because of the tag a pastor's child, they are expecting him or her to do something like supernatural. They are expecting the person to do something that's like really godly, like the person is supposed to do certain things. Like, yo, I understand that, but I mean, we're all humans, you feel me? So one way or the other, we will like fault, and you know what I mean? Yeah, like basically that's about it. So the second question is, why do we expect so much from pastors' children or pastor's son? Okay, so this particular one baffles me a lot, because I don't get it. Because there are certain times here, people are like, when they see a pastor's child, they expect the pastor's child to be like all straight, like where if it's a girl, if the pastor's child is a girl, they expect the person to be wearing like dresses that are like from the neck to like the foot, like supposed to cover every part of the body, you feel me? And then like they expect you to I don't know. But thing is, okay, as a matter of fact, yeah, due to the positions our parents hold, okay, say they are pastors, it's normal for people to like look up to you, you get me? Because then people are coming to your church with their kids. So people are gonna be like, oh, look at this pastor's son or daughter, you get me? So you're like supposed to be an example to them. But yeah, it's like they're putting us at a pedestal where we are like next to God. Let me put it that way. We are like next to God, you get me? So if the person in his or her own human nature goes like a little sideways from like the things they imagine, you get me? From like the things the congregation imagines them to do, then it's like putting a stigma, oh, this one is, I don't know, you feel me? But personally, I feel they expect too much. Like the congregation expects too much, and to some extent, yeah, it's like becoming a burden on the children. I don't know, but to some extent, it's feeling like it's becoming a burden on the children. Like, because you know that everything you're going to do you're going to do, like, people are going to talk about it. Okay, especially in this part of the country. I mean, in this part of the world. Everything every pastor's child is going to do, like, the congregation is going to talk about it, most definitely. That's like, there's no two ways about it, you feel me? And then to some extent, yeah, it's like, it's putting the kids in like a container, like it's containing them sort of. You understand me? Like, for a pastor's child, let me just put this out there. I don't know, you can argue with yourself, but for a pastor's child, yeah, like you don't have any will of your own no more. Like, I mean, because everything you're gonna do, you're gonna think about the congregation, you're gonna think about your daddy's ministry. If your mom is a pastor, you're gonna think about your mom's ministry, you feel me? And everything everybody else is gonna think about, you're not gonna think about yourself. You're not gonna like put yourself and be like, okay, so this is what I want to do, so that's what I'm gonna do, and that's period. Nah, like anytime you want to do anything, you're like thinking about how people are gonna see it, how people are gonna like accept it. If you understand me, like, so to some extent, I'm not saying they're not supposed to expect much from us, but they're expecting too much. You get me? And I don't even know why. You get me? But I mean, that's just the way it is, isn't it? So the third question is, labeled as spoilt brats, don't they bring you up in the ways of the Lord, or they focus on the masses? So I believe this is going to be like, they focusing on the masses is going to be like our parents, right? So here's the thing. In every Christian home, let's go aside the fact that that's a pastor's house. In every Christian home, no matter what, the parents try as much as possible to teach their kids the ways of the Lord. But then as an individual, okay, like it's up to you to either take what they're teaching you or not. You understand me? You can, like, there's a saying, yeah, you can force a horse to the riverside, but you can force the horse to drink from the river. You get me? To some extent, right? Like, every family, every godly family, every Christian home teaches their wards, their children, the ways of the Lord. You get me? But it gets to a point where the individual that they are teaching has to accept the things they are teaching the person. I don't know if I'm making sense, you get me? So it's not like all the pastor's kids are labeled as spoilt brats. Okay, probably people feel, okay, pastors have money, so they're like spoiling their kids. They're not like focusing on the family, you get me? But for a pastor to be able to stand on the pulpit to preach or to minister to you, it takes work in the house. Do you understand me? So that's just about it. So people labeling pastors' kids as spoiled brats, I mean, everybody has their opinion, but the truth is our parents teach us a lot, and that's it. Our parents teach us a lot. So if you have any pastor's friend, any pastor's kid as your friend, and then the person is like misbehaving or is like acting up some way, just know that the person is like up to the person to accept whatever he or she has been taught. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, that's about it. So the next question is, why do we always expect pastors' children to become pastors too? I mean, like, I don't even get it. Like, you see, well, basically, yeah, this is like how I see it, because they feel like the pastor is bringing up his children in a way of the Lord, like strictly. So then they being close to the pastor, as in being there with the pastor, even when he is not a pastor. I mean, even when he is like left the church office or the church to the house to become their father, there's a relation. I don't know if I'm making sense, but all I'm trying to say is, I feel people see it as this. So I feel people see it as this, because they are pastor's kids, right? The pastor is like spending time with them every other day, and then they see what the pastor is going through every other day. So they are like best fit to like be pastors. But that's one thing you're getting wrong. Like, I mean, everybody was sent to this earth for a purpose. Let's not like forget that. Everybody was sent to this earth for a purpose. So if the person's like purpose, like to serve in this world, is not to become a pastor, I don't see why we'll be like forcing these kids to become pastors. Because like I myself have had several encounters here. There's this woman in my church who is always like, you become a pastor, I'm praying for you. I'm like, yo, what? I mean, nah, bro, that's not what I'm gonna do. Well, if it's the will of God, if it's the will of the Lord, why not? But I mean, like, we should not like expect every pastor's child to become a pastor. That's like, That's not right. Anyway, so let me just continue. Yeah. So this guy is saying pastor's sons are shower. Now this matter you can't talk right now. Then I don't even about like let's just put it this way first. So if somebody be a shower, it means say first of all the person they street stuff. Like the person is like standing on the street, they collect money and things like after a service you finish. That's basic definition for a shower. But if you talk say then they like women, I think somebody asked the question like that. Let me just address that question too. So this question is like what's it called? Let me see. So yeah, I learned they like girls too much. Let me just address that together. I learned they like girls too much. First of all, my G, like pastors them are kiddies, also be human beings. I'm not saying it to defend myself, but yo, and first of all, let me put it out there. I know they like I won't say I really like girls, but I don't even know. But okay, well, yeah, let me just address this. First of all, pastors and kiddies, human beings, okay? Before they be pastors and kiddies, you can argue with yourself. Like, I don't care. But I'm telling you what I know. And humans as they are, they have feelings. Let's not forget that also. Okay, so if somebody did and then he as a pastor is like even like I mean everybody has their own weakness, okay? But you know we say Charlie, it's just normal for you the person they ask this question say. I mean everybody they like guys they like girls and girls they like guys. That's just the way it is. So you know we say that they like girls too much. Yeah, you understand me? Me personally, I went to a mixed school all my life. So I mean I have like lots of female friends and that's good. You know we say I go find woman say I they like her, I'm like so yeah come on do it, you know that's not about it. But I mean you understand what I talk like yeah everybody likes everybody. Bam. So let me continue, yeah. So what's it called? Is it true that the pastors preach about their children's lifestyle and behavior at church? Let me just give a straight answer to this. I mean it depends. But I mean pastors do preach about their kids' behaviors. Especially if something happened for the house like a morning before and go to church or something. It will feel like carry on like yeah, you understand me. Or probably in Kidi do something for school where like the matter becomes some way. It happens. Pastors preach about their kids. Probably if it's a bad behavior or a good behavior. Not to praise the kids, but like to use as an example in like the sermon. And I believe it's like always has to be like in direction to what the sermon is saying. You get me? That's the only way, that's the only time a pastor would like preach about his children. You understand me? Yeah, so that's it. So my 8th question here is, how's it feeling like to be a pastor's son? See, no cap, no cap. There are times it feels like really good, like really good. There are times it feels really good, but then there are times there's also like, you know, especially if you want to do something and then like people are like, hey, Shano, Pastor Bao, hey, Pastor Bao, hey, brother, Pastor Vikimino, hey, Pastor. You understand? Like they're putting this tag on you. You get me? So it's really good if like you're doing things to please people. Let me put it that way. Yeah. If people are happy with what you're doing, it's really good. Plus, you know, pastors really get connected. So it's really easy to, you understand? Yeah, but I mean, if it's also bad in a way, like you feel very bad in a way, you feel very bad in this way also. So it's like this, what's it called? Even your friends, they have this stigma, like pastors' kids are all stigmatized in a way. You get me? So it gets to a point where you are not like really happy being a pastor's child because of one or two things you want to do. You get me? Probably, let me just put this out there. Probably you want to do music and then you are scared that, oh, okay, people are going to be like, hey, Pastor Ban now, so see the song he's bringing out, sing the, understand me? Like, so yeah, that kind of thing. So it gets those times where you're not like really happy being a pastor's child, but I mean, everything aside, it feels really good to be a pastor's child. I mean, yeah, that's about it. My 9th question is, here this kid's a snake under G, Papa. The thing, yeah, everybody be snake under G. I'm saying this snake under G thing in a sense that it goes this way, okay? You are doing something and then you don't want people to know you're doing it. I don't know if that's what I understand. But there are certain things you want to do. It's not like being snake under G. I won't say that they are snake under G because I feel probably some of them are just living a private life. because already their life is not private. Do you understand me? Yeah, I would say that some of them are just living a private life because already their lives are not private, because everybody wants to know the business. Like everybody wants to know, like get in your business once you're a pastor's child. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know like your every move, sort of. You get me? Yeah, because some of them are going to use excuse, oh, like it's a very good example for my kids. You know, when I'm like, oh, my pastor's, excuse me. When I'm like, oh, my pastor's son is doing this and that, they're like, oh, okay, cool. You get me? But like everybody wants to be all up in your business already. So what's it called? It's like they're just trying to like prevent people from like getting more information that they already have. That's about it. For a pastor's son to be under G, probably Charlie, then sometimes if you do something really bad, you understand me, yeah, that kind of thing. So, but if it's not like doing really bad stuff and it's like snake under G, yeah, you feel me? That's about it. So my 10th question is, as the pastor's son, what are your habits to play when your dad is not around? I don't know if I understand this question right, like what my habits, but I think I understand it in the way where you ask, if my dad is not around, what do I do in the church? Yeah. But personally, okay, so if you've seen my Instagram, you know I play like instruments. I do a little singing also, yeah. Tell I'm a worship leader, oh, hey. Yeah, that was ya. I mean, oh, anyways, but we do a lot. Because if your dad is not around, probably your dad is going to another church to do like a week program or something. It doesn't mean you don't have to go to church, because then at that time that's when people will really look out to see if you are going to come to church. Because already people are thinking, say, okay, probably you are coming to church because your dad is the pastor. You understand me? So you have like see, pastors and my kids really suffer, bro. So I mean, well, okay, cool. If your dad is not around, you really have to like be in the church, even if you're not playing any key role in the church. Personally, I do instrumentation, and then okay, I'm with a ministry, like the music ministry. That's what I do at church. Other pastors' kids do in the ushering ministry. Others are in other ministries of the church. So basically, yeah, if you go to church and then your dad is not around, you know, you have to like really stand out this time. So like, it will not be like, okay, because of Opino Day, so yeah, you should do it. I think last year or something. Yeah, you understand what I mean? Yeah, but that's about it. So okay, so I think I'm gonna end the video here, but I just want to put this out there, okay? So believe it or not, pastors' kids are like most targeted kids like in the world by the devil. Let me just put this out there, okay? As I said earlier on, pastors' kids don't really have like their own will in a way, okay? Yeah, I know people are gonna argue this out, but listen to what I'm saying and then you can like understand what I mean. Pastors' kids don't really have their own will, as I said earlier on. So it's like this. As the pastor's child, if you're not spiritually strong, you're gonna like be a weak link to the family and to the body of Christ. I mean, wherever you find yourself. So, believe it or not, every pastor's child is the first target for the devil. Pastors' kids are like the things, the people that the devil would want to use to hurt the ministry of the father. You get me? Because if they should try the father, they all know that they're not going to get the father, probably because of how strong he is spiritually. But then if there is one or two, or like probably all his children are not like really strong, are not like focusing on the things of God, like living the life they're supposed to live the way they're supposed to live it, they're gonna like hit their father's ministry. And that's one thing that every pastor's child should, take consideration of. So I think I'm gonna like end the video here. So if you like the video, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share the video, and please don't forget to subscribe. We have to go to 1K, so let's just get to 1K subs, and then I think I'll come up with a match. Anyways, so I'm gonna end the video here right now. Cheese, YBC gang.
I really wanna know if you gon' let me go, 'cause I did fall for you.